Okay, so I have one more technique I want to throw into this program, and that is finding highest and lowest values, which is not something we've done yet, but it's not code intensive. It's just kind of a slight little logic maneuver. Let's focus on the lowest first. Let's say, well, look at, this is the output here. I've added a couple more lines of output. Looking at this is going to be the calories list. Dieters should try our black raspberry at only 350 calories. That is the lowest calorie item. And I used a loop to loop through the calories and find the lowest item, the lowest value there. And then we say champion eaters should try our spiced eggnog at a whopping 450 calories per serving. So I just did the same thing, same technique, but looking for the highest. And I'm using the same loop. So look at how my loop is expanding here. I added this comment here just to kind of show the end of the loop. That might be not a bad habit to get into, especially when you're learning and you're not really comfortable with the kind of the visual nature of this language. But anyway, so what I've done is right here, I added two new variables, the index of the lowest and the index of the highest. Okay, so let's focus on the lowest here. Using the same loop, hang on here, I just want to change that. Using the same loop, I just added this two lines here. And again, this is just a quick little logic maneuver. We're setting the index of the lowest to 0 for starters because you have to start somewhere. So first time through the loop, we're looking at the 400 calories, which is for white chocolate, right? So as we're looping through the items, we're saying, and you know, the first time through the loop, it's a wash because we're looking at the 0 element anyway, but the second time through the loop, things are going to get moving, okay? So we would say if calories Z, the Z is my loop counter here, so if the current value I'm looking at is less than the calories of where the index is the lowest. See, the index of the lowest holds the index of the one to beat. The one to beat, to be the lowest calorie. Now, first time through the loop, the one to beat is the 400 calorie white chocolate. Okay, so we're comparing the 400 calories to itself, really. So that doesn't really do anything to us, but for us. But the second time through the loop, we're comparing, now what's the second one here? Black raspberry, 350 calories. We're saying, is 350 calories less than the 400 calories? Because that's still pointing to the 0. That still has a 0 in it, index of the lowest. So it's pointing back to the white chocolate. So is 350 calories less than 400 calories? Yes, it is. So what happens here is the new index of the lowest becomes the loop counter. The loop count, this would be 1 in this case because we're the second time through the loop. So it is just a quick little logic maneuver, and so I really think the black raspberry is the lowest, so we're kind of done at this point. It's going to loop through the rest of them and see if it can find one. Oh, actually, there's one at the last one is also, oh no, I'm looking at the prices. No, the black raspberry really is the one to beat. So it's going to loop through the rest of them and look at the calories and, you know, try to find a lower calorie option, but it ends up, you know, not finding one, and that, so it becomes black raspberry. So for the high value, the high calories, we're doing the same thing, but really just flipping the sign, and we're using the index of highest instead of index of lowest. So again, we start at 0, got to start somewhere, right? And so we're looking at that 400 calories. First time through, we're comparing the white chocolate to itself, so you don't really get anywhere. Second time through, we are comparing the black raspberry to the white chocolate, and we're saying, is 350 greater than 400? No, it's not. So I move on to the next one. Eventually, it's going to come to this one, I believe, the 420. Oh, no, 425 is the highest. No, 450. Okay. So you get the idea. But This is, again, it's the same technique. You're really just flipping the sign and also focusing on the different index of highest. Okay, so again, printing out the values that we found, and just have two placeholders here. This one's going to be the name of the flavor. This one's going to be the number of calories. And so look what I'm providing here. The name of the flavor, which is coming from the list, right? And then the calories also coming from the list. It's like that index of the lowest and the index of highest, that's like a straight shot into those lists, straight shot to the flavor we want, the number of calories we want. If we wanted to throw the cost in here, we could do that too. Once you isolate that index of the lowest or the index of the highest value, you're home free. You can go right into those lists and grab the data that you want at that index.